Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a great day. We're back with some more Puella, Magi, Madoka, Magica, episode 6. Last episode, we finally got to see Kamijo play his violin again, and it was just such an amazing scene. If you've seen my other videos where I talk about when string instruments come in, I always love that music whenever it does, and it was no different here. And just seeing the doctors and everybody who was up there to share that moment with him, that was just such an awesome scene. One scene that maybe wasn't as positive as that one was the conversation between Madoka and Akemi, where she's telling her just to forget about Sayaka, you know, now that she's a magical girl, you know, basically the way that she is. And I feel like it's similar to Mommy, where she's brave and she cares for others. She's not really just trying to get these grief seeds and these rewards for herself that is going to get her killed, so forget about her. But obviously Madoka is not going to do that. As if all of that wasn't enough for Sayaka, now we already have Kyoko coming in trying to kill her. At first it didn't look like she was trying to do that. It looks like she was just trying to teach her a lesson, you know, hurt her a little bit. But no, towards the end she was definitely going for the kill, and Akemi steps in, stopping Madoka from seeing anything like that. And you know, when Madoka was saying, yeah, I need to make a wish, Akemi came in and said, no, that won't be necessary, and then just steps in like an absolute boss. So I cannot wait to see where that goes after the end of the previous episode. One thing I did want to talk about before jumping into this next episode is, in some of these scenes where one of the girls are talking, it shows them making like a face or turning and looking at the camera whenever it's like not really them, and it'll jump back to like what they're actually doing in the scene. So they're like these not split personalities, but like, I don't know if it's showing like their inside, you know, like inside their head and what they're thinking, or like that there's something more going on to what they're saying. I'll try to put something up on screen so you know what I'm talking about. I don't know if this is important at all, but it's kind of unsettling when it happens. Or maybe unsettling isn't the right word, but it's just like feels wrong. I don't know, when you see it, it's like, well, that's not supposed to happen. That's not the way that she's looking. So it just feels weird. I don't know if it's important at all, or if it's just like creativity coming through for this animation, but I figured I'd bring that up just in case anything more does pop up with it, or if no one else is like really seen anyone talk about it, then I might as well bring it up here. But yeah, I'll go ahead and get that out of the way, and yeah, let's open the door to this next episode and see where we go from here. Not quite. We already know Akemi comes in. What exactly does she do though for them to be separated like that? Because when she's coming down, it's right at Sayaka. So how did she cause that difference? Yeah. Okay, she clocked that really fast. Ooh. Okay, I know she probably wasn't expecting that, but one little chop? Wow. Whenever I talked about like Mommy and her fighting, like their powers, I feel like Akemi is just so much stronger. Yeah, she's got to be a little scared right now. Perhaps, who knows? That's like the same thing that Kyubey was saying. Maybe yes, maybe no. It's wise of you. She didn't know anything about Sayaka, and sure as heck didn't stop her, but wow, she dipped out of there fast. Now she's not saving us, she's saving you. She's chastising you a little bit though. Okay, she didn't give us any specifics, but you can definitely think of a few things she means by that. Yeah. Could it be that you're what, Kyubey? Tell us. You know, some of that grief seed. Yeah, what is he gonna do with it? one of my duties.
また次にソウルジェムを浄化するためには早く新しいグリーフシードを
The
手に
grief
入れ
seed.
ないと。さくら京子は強かっただろう。
She was. You were still holding your own though,
グリ
Saika.
ーフシードがあれば魔法を出し惜しみせずに無駄遣いすることだって。
Any fight, yeah.
それが京子の強みだ。だからって。
So she has probably a lot of grief seeds and she was just going crazy.
魔力を使えば使うほどソウルジェムには汚れがたまるんだ。さやか、君がグリーフシードを集められない限り京子と戦って
So yeah, I mean,
ないと思っていい。
The question has kind of come up based off other things we've seen so far, but what happens if you don't cleanse or purify your soul gem?
ちゃんと戦えてたよね。やっぱあれ才能の違いとかあるの？確かにそれは事実だね。
There's certainly that.
ずるい。
He's not holding back any punches.
こればっかりは仕方ないよ。京子は素質がある上にベテランだし、逆に全く経験がなくても才能だけで京子以上の
Would far exceed
魔法少女になれる
Madoka.
天才だっている。
Don't tell her this, because she's gonna try to convince her.
マドカがそれ本当？だからもしどうしても京子に対抗する戦力が欲しいならいっそマドカに頼んでみるのも手だよ。彼女が僕と契約すれば。
She makes a contract.
ダメ。
Okay, thank you, Sayaka.
これは
I don't like that he's like selling her this. I feel like it's just more manipulation on Kyubei's part. Okay. Yeah, and then just on a competitive level, why would you be like, I'm gonna involve my friend? No, I'm gonna be strong enough to take her out. I like how the dance song is the opening theme.
今度は何さ？
Yeah,
町をあなたに預けたい。
in your charge.
どういう風の吹き回しよ。
What does that mean for
魔法少
Sayaka?
女にはあなたみたいな子がふさわしいわ。ミキさやかでは務まらない。ほっときゃまた突っかかってくるよ。
Yeah,
なるべく穏便に済ませたい。
peaceably. Okay,
あなたは手を出さないで。
keep out of
私
it.
が対処する。まだ肝心なところを聞いてない。
Who are you? What are
何
you?
者だ？
Yeah.
一体何が狙いなのさ。2週間後、この町にワルプルギス
Will
の
descend upon the city. Okay, that's probably the thing from the opening scene.
それは秘密。
That is a secret.
そいつさえ倒せたら、私はこの町を出ていく。あとはあなたの好きにすればいい。
Would you please?
ワルプルギスの夜ね。確かに一人じゃ手強いが。
Beat it by myself. So she actually knows what it is, though.
食うかい？
She's actually, when she's not trying to kill the girls, I actually like her.
ダメだ。時間が経ちすぎている。夕べの使い
Oh, to track it down.
なさそうだ。このまま魔女退治を続けてたら、また昨日のこと会うんじゃないの。
Definitely.
まあ、
She's all about getting those grief seeds.
だったらさ、先にあの子ともう一度会って、ちゃんと話をしておくべきじゃないかな。
Okay.
でないと、またいきなり喧嘩の続きになっちゃうよ。喧嘩ね。
Fighting, you say.
夕べのあれが、まどかにはただの喧嘩に見えたの。正真正
Fight
銘
to the death.
殺し合いだ
Yeah.
ったよ。
It was much more than just a simple fight.
最初だけ。
Yeah.
途中からは、あいつも私も本気で相手を終わらせようとしてた。
Even Sayaka, so she wasn't just doing it. I don't know if she's just saying this, but
バカ言わないで。
so she was going for the kill as well.
人間を餌にしようってやつなんだよ。どうやって折り合いつけろっていうの？さやかちゃんは魔女をやっつけるために魔法少女になったんでしょ？探せばきっと仲良くする方法だってあると思うの。やり方は違っても魔女を退治したいと思う気持ちは同じでしょ？昨日の
Not
子も。
really.
あと本村ちゃんも。そんなわけない。
I don't like seeing this strain on their relationship right now.
やられるのを待ってから魔女を倒しに来た。あいつはグリーフシード欲しさにマミさんを見殺しにした。
No, she did not, though. That's actually not true.
違うよ。あの転校生も昨日の京子ってやつと同類だ。
But Sayaka wasn't there to see
自分の
that.
都合しか考えてない。
Oh, I didn't think about that.
ならわかるよ。マミさんだけが特別だった。
Tell her though, Madoka.
他の魔法少女なんてあんな奴らばっかりなんだよ。そんな。夕べ逃した使い魔は小物だったけど、それでも人を殺すんだよ。
And it's only gonna get bigger.
狙うのはマドカのパパやママかもしれない。たっくんかもしれないんだよ。
Little Tatsuya, no.
ただ魔女と戦うだけじゃなくて大切な人を守るためにこの
Those I love.
力を望んだの。
You gotta talk to her about this though,
も
Madoka.
し魔女より悪い人間がいれば私は戦うよ。たとえそれが魔法少女でも。さやかちゃん。
Yeah, that is really concerning to hear from Madoka's point of view.
でもなんとか言ってよ。僕から言わせてもらえるのは無謀すぎるってことだけだ。
That she's being too reckless. Okay. He's actually talking some sense here.
さくら京子にも勝ち目はない。でもね、
But you do.
さやかは聞き届けてくれないよ。
We're gonna dream of any more of that witch that's gonna descend here soon. Or maybe just a little more family time. Why does Madoka look so grown up right there? She looks way bigger than she normally does. Yeah, let's get some more advice from your mom here.
多分間違ってなくて、なのに正しいことを頑張ろうとすればするほどどんどんひどいことになっていくの。
悔しいけどね、正しいことだけ積み上げてけばハッピーエンドが手に入るってわけじゃない。むしろみんながみんな自分の正しさを信じ込んで意固地になるほどに幸せな
Shiro. I like that. You know, they're still so young and tell you into it. I like that Madoka's able to speak to her mother, you know, someone older and more mature about this type of stuff, even if it's not directly. Make a mistake for her.
正しすぎるその子の分まで誰かが間違えてあげればいい。ずるい嘘ついたり怖いものから逃げ出したり。でもそれが後になってみたら正解だったってわかることがある。本当に他にどうしようもないほどどん詰まりになったらいっそ思い切って間違えた。
Sooner rather than later.
それがその子のためになる。
Yeah, and sooner might avoid all the fighting she might have to do.
分かってもらえない時
To
も
do some of his own. Especially at first. Yeah, eventually she'd be able to. So instead of what Akemi was saying, just give up on her. No, you gotta risk the friendship, at least for the time being.
マドカ、あんたはいい子に育った。嘘もつかないし、悪いこともしない。いつだって正しくあろうとして頑張ってる。子供としてはもう合格だ。
Her childhood. But what about her magical girlhood? Once she gets to that point.
大人になる前に今度は間違え方もちゃんと勉強しと。若いうちは怪我の治りも早い。今のうちに上手な転び方を覚えといたら、後々きっと役に立つよ。
And if she's able to allow Saika to crash and burn now, she has that healing factor. She'll heal from it. Physically or emotionally, I'd like to think.
辛くない？
大人は誰だって辛いのさ。だから酒飲んでもいいってことになったの。
私も早くママとお酒
With you too, Mom. Wow, they're gonna have a crazy relationship whenever they're older. Yeah, I really like that scene. I like pretty much all the scenes with the mom. She's hilarious or she's just giving like great advice. Okay.
あら、上条さんなら昨日退院したわよ。
So he's discharged, so his physical therapy is good.
順調だったから予定が前倒しになって。
Nice. And if he is like more positive, you know, and just overall better headspace because of his hand, you know, maybe that would make his physical therapy go by faster too. Just being more positive. I don't know. Come on, knock. Don't just leave. Already? Not even seeing him? She's been watching you the whole day. What did you use yours for, though, Kyoko?
お前なんかに何がわかる？
魔法ってのはね、鉄頭鉄尾自分だけの望みを叶えるためのものなんだよ。他人のために使ったところでろくなことにはならないの。
Okay, I do understand that side of things, though.
ともえまみはそんなことも教えてくれなかったのかい？
Yeah, she gave us warnings.
惚れた男をものにするならもっと冴えた手があるじゃない。 今すぐ乗り込んでいって坊やの手も足も二度と使えないぐらいに潰してやりな。
Why? What?
あんた
What would that solve?
何もできない体にしてやるんだよ。
No.
そうすれば今度こそ坊やはあんたのもんだ。気が引け
Okay, I didn't expect the conversation to go this way.
つけてもいいんだよ。同じ魔法少女のよしみだ。
絶対にお前だけは絶対に許さない。
I don't think this is what Akemi had in mind either.
場所変えようか。
No.
ここじゃ人目につきそうだ。
How is this gonna end peacefully if it's just gonna come to a fight?
正しすぎるその子の分まで誰かが間違えてあげればいい。
そんなこと言われても。
マドカ、マドカ。
She's about to fight.
さやかが危ない。ついてきて。
Yeah, I can't see this going according to Akemi's plan at all, especially if Madoka takes this chance to become a magical girl. All right, attack her now while she's transforming. Get her, Sayaka. Wow, she got there so fast.
ダメだよ、こんなの絶対おかしい。
No, it's not right at all.
うざいやつにはうざい仲間がいるもんだね。
じゃああなたの仲間はどうなのかしら。
Yeah.
ミキサヤカには手を出す。
Okay, when Akemi first popped up, I was like, is this part of their plan together?
その道抜こうはやる。
It still could be.
なら私が相手をする。手出し
Take
しな
her.
い。
Oh, okay. I think it is then.
食い終わるまで待ってやる。十分。なめるんじゃないわよ。さやかちゃん、ごめん。
She snatched the gem? No. Okay, something like that's not gonna break. I don't like not from normal means, but
まだか、あんたなんてこと。だってこうしないと。さやかちゃん。
oh no.
今のはまずかったよ、マドカ。よりにもよって友達を放り投げるなんてどうかしてるよ。
No. She has to keep that on her person?
どういうことだ、おい。こいつ死んでるじゃねえかよ。
So she has to have that on her at all times? Wow, that is actually terrifying. And Akemi's trying her best to get it back. Oh man, this is so unfortunate. That advice from her mom ends up something like this.
おい、君たち魔法少女が体をコントロールできるのはせいぜい100メートル圏内が限度
100 meter
だからね。
radius. So she doesn't even know about that. Akemi knew right away though.
普段は当然肌身離さず持ち歩いてるんだから、こういう事故はめったにあることじゃないだろう。
Mm-hmm.
何言ってるのよ、キューベ。助けてよ。さやかちゃんを死なせないで。マドカ、そっちはさやかじゃなくて。
So that's why Akemi is saying that they're already lost.
君が投げて捨てちゃったじゃないか。
That's why you just threw away a moment ago. Because they're dead. Essentially.
ただの人間と同じ壊れやすい体のままで
Humans possess.
で
Wow.
もお願いできないよ。君たち魔法少女にとって元の体なんていうのは外付けのハードウェ
Exterior
ア。
hardware.
君たちの本体としての魂には魔力をより効率よく運用できるコンパクトで安全な姿が与えられているんだ。
Wow, so it's not even just like their soul. It's like, it's just you entirely.
君たちの魂を抜き取って
Which we saw her reach in. Or Cube reach in.
てめえはなんてことは。それじゃあ私たちゾンビにされたようなもんじゃないか。
むしろ便利だろう。
No.
心臓が破れてもありったけの血を抜かれてもその体は魔力で修理すれば
As long as your soul gem doesn't get crushed.
ソウルジェムさえ砕かれない限り君たちは無敵だよ。ひどいよ。
That is so terrible.
君たちはいつもそうだね。事実をありのままに伝えると決まって同じ反応をする。
Yeah, it's because like Kyubei's just so jaded whenever he's making these explanations. I'm actually really relieved that Kyoko is upset about this. Oh, thank goodness. What just happened?
何？何なの？
Is it? It probably felt like an instant to her. Oh my gosh. That is actually like an insane twist. Especially whenever we saw Kyubei reach into Sayaka. You know, it seemed obvious that she was reaching in, taking her soul. and creating the soul gem from that, but not just like her entire self. And now this body that we're always seeing is just a husk. But Akemi's the only one who seems to know that. And maybe Mommy did too, but I have a feeling probably not, since Akemi is this irregularity. Wow. And that's a wrap for this episode. And yeah, just what an insane turn of events, finding out what exactly is going on with these magical girls, with these soul gems, and maybe some more of the meaning behind what Akemi has been telling Madoka. And right off the bat, we saw Akemi, how she handled that situation between the fight between Sayaka and Kyoko. She just steps right in. And yeah, I mentioned it during the episode, but even if Sayaka had no idea that Akemi was gonna, karate chop her in the back of the neck, for her to still be able to do that so easily is insane. I mean, she has to be just on another level compared to these other girls. And for Kyoko to back off after, looking into her eyes and seeing how serious she was, that has got to say something as well. But strength isn't the only thing that she has. She has knowledge of other things that these other girls don't know. She knew what was going on with the soul gem and what it actually does, what your body becomes. And now you just have this shell that's alongside your soul gem. But she also had knowledge of, and sorry if I mispronounce this terribly, but she also has knowledge of this Walpurgisnacht coming, and that has to just do with some future knowledge she has. Like the vision that Madoka had at the beginning is just a vision of the future, and Akemi knows about it, was present in that vision, and yeah, just has some knowledge that these other girls don't. So what exactly is going on? I actually have no real solid guess. And just like in some of the previous episodes, it is still really cool to see Madoka have these conversations with her mom. This time she was having it in relation to Sayaka and what she can do to help her, even if what she believes she's doing is not wrong. And her mom does give her that advice. She tells her to make a mistake and see if, we can wrap things up or get to this conclusion sooner before there's a bigger mess. And wow, does Madoka make a huge mistake. At first it was like she killed Sayaka, but that's not it. She basically just disabled this shell that the soul gems give power to. And by throwing that soul gem down at the bus or the truck, whatever was driving by, she almost just lost Sayaka. And Akemi steps in, and she was dashing her little butt off, and she ended up getting Sayaka back. And now we know the truth. These other girls know the truth. And that makes getting these grief seeds even more important now, because it's not just your soul in this soul gem. And I say that knowing that, a soul is a big deal too, but it's not just it's basically your entire being that is in here getting corrupted. And I can't help but think that if that's the case, if this continues, then that is how witches are born as well. If that's the case, then maybe Akemi, understands that now, has that knowledge, and maybe that's why she has some kind of like insider, information on why this witch is going to be showing up in 2 weeks. And maybe it isn't a witch. Maybe this is something more. Don't have any reason to really think that, but just with the way that things happen at the end of this episode, I mean, it opens up a lot of things, I feel like. Even though all of that was a huge mistake on Madoka's part, even though she had no idea that was going to happen, I can't help but feel like, yes, it was a huge mistake, but it could still have the same benefit that her mom was saying, could happen. And also, Sayaka was the intended target, but it could also affect the other magical girls now that information is out there and it's not a secret. It isn't just Kyubey holding on to that knowledge. So hopefully there are some benefits to that for the other girls. Yeah, what an insane episode, an insane ending, but I guess I'll go ahead and wrap up there. So as usual, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I hope to see you in the next one.